All right, Cancer, thanks for tuning in to your January of 2015 horoscope. My name is Athen. All right, so the month has an emphasis on your guys' 7th house. And this is about relationships, it's about partnerships, anything that involves other people, such as sales, services, anything involving exchanges. But typically it's, the relationships that we have in our life. Mercury goes in there on the 1st, and that's where things start to shift at the beginning of the month in terms of that. I think all month you're going to be thinking about relationships. I think it's going to be on your mind. I think how to improve them from the 21st onward when Mercury goes retrograde later on in the month. But thinking about them, in a healthy sense, and getting some intuition about relationships and exchanging. Intermediary, type of energy, giving, receiving, being aware of the giving and receiving elements in your relationships. And when the month starts off, Venus is already in that 7th house, so Mercury's joining up with Venus, and so this is a beautiful time for relationships. She's going to be in there for the majority of the month up until the 22nd. So enjoy your relationships, connect, partnerships, whatever it is. Just be amongst people, friends, especially those close to you. You'll find that very enjoyable this month. Now on the 1st also we have Mars opposite Jupiter. So this is needing to balance self with other. And this is the big emphasis for you guys this month. It's very important that if you're spending too much time with relationships, then you're not spending enough time with yourself. If you're thinking too much about relationships, you're not spending enough time thinking about yourself. See, right now Jupiter has been expanding your guys' 1st house. Lots of opportunities, but it comes from having your goals and ambitions and walking through the doors, walking through those opportunities that are available to you. So these two things, it's very important that you see that there's no distinction between the two. You can have all these opportunities, all this expansion in your life with others, with your relationships. And so bringing these two elements together is going to be very important this month, and I think it's going to come easy because it is involving Jupiter. Now on the 3rd, we've got the Sun going over Pluto. So this is the last of the fast-moving planets to go over Pluto in your 6th house. So last month in December, perhaps there were some changes that needed to be made in terms of your routine, your health, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. And so now this is a last sort of aspect to this with the Sun on the 3rd. And it has to do with your vitality, seeing how important it is for you to make those changes. And when you do, there's a tremendous amount of energy, vitality, life force that comes from it, making sure you're eating right, taking care of yourself, sleeping, all of these things. And then so from the 3rd onward, I think there's going to be a final culmination here of feeling good about it. And that energy is going to transpire in your relationships, but transpire in all other areas of your life as well. Now on the 4th, we've got Mars going into Aquarius, which is your 8th house. So I think you guys are going to be motivated by change. Wanting change, wanting to get deeper, especially with relationships is what I'm getting the sense of. Seeing how you can connect deeper to people, how you can connect deeper to yourself even, but even in any other area of your life as well. So we're talking work, we're talking your resources, home, family, your communications. How can you bring a deeper understanding and a deeper connection to what you're doing? Lots of motivation there with Mars in that 8th house for the whole month for you guys. Now on the 5th, we've got a full moon in Gemini in your 12th house. So this is January is a month of resting in a sort of way. It's getting in touch with yourself spiritually. And with this full moon around the 5th, reflect on the spiritual side of life. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, because all this is contributing to your health and stuff as well. But it's a time of being present. And so it is an active month for everyone generally, because we do have a lot of active energy. But make sure you're going with the flow. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Make sure you're getting enough alone time. Okay, that's a big emphasis here, and I think it's associated with this balancing. If you're focused too much on others, well, you're maybe not getting enough, alone time for yourself as well. So in either case, around the 5th, reflect on that. Reflect on how you can bring more peace and presence into your life. Now on the 10th, we have Pluto squaring up to that north node. This is going on through the 16th, so for this early part of the middle of the month here. And so this is all part of this Uranus-Pluto square that took place last month. It's all about all of this change. And what this change is trying to get us to do is to move in our life path, or better said, to be more consciously in alignment with our life path, because we're never off of our path. It's just sometimes our consciousness is not in alignment with it. So what's in alignment this month is your consciousness. It's your 3rd house. The North Node is in that 3rd house of teaching, learning, communicating, exchanging. Anything that involves either your mind, throat chakra, or inner relations. Okay, so this whole year, the North Node is going to be in there. So this whole year is about improving your communications, improving your thought patterns, seeing how important it is for you to be thinking clearly, optimistically, have clear intentions, all of these 3rd house things when you're moving in that direction. And also treating life as a learning experience. The North Node is about learning, and in the 3rd house, it's about life itself, about learning through life and experience. So treat everything like a learning experience. Learn. Be open to learning, and then be also open to giving at the same time, to teaching. And if you implement that into any area of your life, whether it's relationships, home, finances, whatever the area is, you'll notice that it's in flow for you. Now from the 10th to the 16th, it's about making some positive changes here. Okay, where can you make changes? Where can you think more positively? How can you restructure your life to facilitate that? How can you facilitate your life so you can give and receive more? Be more open to that exchange, etc. Very active energy. Do something from the 10th to the 16th because the energy will be there. Now on the 14th, we've got the Sun going into Capricorn, into that 7th house. So this is when things really start to spark up, start to enliven in that 7th house area. It could be romantic for those of you in relationships. It could be a new romance, especially around the 20th when the new moon takes place there. But for those of you in any relationship, whether it's friends or whatever, enjoy it. Be passionate. Express yourself in relationships. Very important from the 14th and into February. You'll find that a very important part of your life force energy. Now on the 19th, we've got Venus opposite Jupiter, so more opposition here between the 1st and the 2nd house. Make sure you're balancing self with other, very important. But I think this one's going to come very easy because it's involving 2 benefic planets. And I think here it could be seeing opportunities through others perhaps, in terms of how they're providing expansiveness, they're providing opportunities. So it's very important here that you're seeing the opportunities you have for yourself in your relationships, and also that you're helping those in your relationships see opportunities. Now also on the 19th, we have Uranus conjuncting up to the South Node. This is going on through the 21st, so for these few days here. It's about releasing some attachments or some old things involving travel, expansiveness, philosophy. Things like, are you retreating into philosophy as an escape? Are you retreating into travel as an escape? Are you utilizing these things in a way that's not helping you in your forward moving direction, in your growth? See, this whole year is about communication. It's very practical. It's very left brain understanding of things as well. And of course, you want to balance the left and the right hemispheres. There's no doubt about that. But with the South Node there, it could be that the right hemisphere, the expansiveness, the philosophy, the spirituality, could be a hindrance. It could be causing you to retreat. So you want to bring that back into balance, and the way you do that is by focusing on implementing more of the practical side of life, the scientific side of life, the understanding, the analytical. These types of things will help bring those two back into balance, because wherever the South Node is, it's an indication that there's too much energy being focused in that direction, or has been in the past, which is now calling for a correction, especially this month. But again, this is going to be an energy for the whole year. And so really just focus on learning, teaching, sharing, communicating. And then naturally there will be that flow. Now on the 19th, we've got Mars conjuncting up to Neptune. This is happening in your guys' 8th house. So with all of this energy and motivation you guys are doing to create change and transformation, this is where there could be a spiritual transformation. Mars going over Neptune is seeing the spiritual side, especially in that 8th house, that spiritual side, the deeper side of life, and presence and flow into what you're doing to create these changes. Very powerful stuff around the 19th. Now on the 20th, like I said, we have that new moon in Capricorn. So this is perhaps new relationships forming, new beginnings in your existing relationships. But whatever it is, it's just a new perspective. The moon is our awareness. The sun is our awareness. When these two come together, it's an emotional and conscious understanding of something. So pay attention around the 20th, and then from the 20th onward, as the moon starts to fill up with this 7th house energy for you, start putting more energy into your relationships, these new beginnings, these new insights that you get around the 20th. Now on the 21st, we've got Mercury retrograde in that 7th house, so reflecting is especially emphasized here in terms of that. Treat your relationships as a learning experience, and this is going on through February as well. What can you learn from others? Are you open to receiving? Are you open to giving? Is there a connection? Is there an exchange? What can you learn from others? What can they learn from you? These are the sort of things you want to reflect on from the 21st onward. Now on the 22nd, we've got Venus going into your 8th house. So now from the 22nd onward, lots of emphasis in terms of transformation, in terms of change, and I think you're going to be enjoying it. With Venus there, there's a positive connection, there's an enjoyment in the process, and also meeting people when you're getting deeper. You know, this is wanting a deeper connection to your relationships that I was speaking of, and this is really enjoying it from the 22nd onward. Now on the 31st, the last aspect of the month, we have Mars conjuncting up to Chiron in that 8th house, so healing taking place from some transformation this month, but overall feeling quite good, healing some motivation, healing some self-confidence as well, especially around the whole change and transformational side of life, but very good energy on the 31st. All right, Cancer, so let's go ahead and draw a card. See where Spirit would like a little more emphasis for you. Okay, Scorpio, well, that's the planet of change, of transformation. And Scorpio does rule your guys' 4th house, excuse me, your 5th house, which is where Saturn is transiting right now at the moment. So perhaps this is a reminder to remember that you guys are very good at change. You guys are very good at spiritual things because you're a water sign. And so you have a natural inclination and a natural enjoyment of the deeper side of life. So enjoy it because it's your 5th house, and constructively build upon it too, with Saturn in that 5th house too. How can you ground all of the spiritual transformation to make it real, to make it long term? You know, in other words, for example, are your relationships, is there commitment, is there long term, is there grounding elements here? And when there is, you'll notice there's a tremendous amount of ease and enjoyment and pleasure in that process. All right, Cancer, well, I hope you have a great month. Please get in touch if you'd like a personal reading. You can click the link down below for a discount, for the YouTube discount. And I'll talk to you next time. Take care.